This is a 3D printer, and this is a GR Corolla. Together, we're gonna turn this GR Corolla into my dream rally car using a 3D printer. By the end of this video, you're gonna see my very own GR Corolla body kit, codenamed Rally Rolla.
But before we can design a car, we first have to learn how to do it. So let's go to the birthplace of car design. Let's go to Italy.
Let's go!
I will own this car.
All right, okay. All right, okay. All right, okay.
We're
Return to the back.
Italy!
Get it, what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way.
Ciao, welcome to Camel Studio. Qui è dove accade la magia, dove tutto succede.
Our first stop, Kamal Studio, where I want to introduce you to a very special person on our team.
My name is Alessandro Camorali and I'm the design director and founder at Camel Studio, and also a shareholder of CRG company. I started to work in Ferrari. I spent 2 years in Maranello and I worked on very exciting projects like 599 X6 project and 599 GTO production project. After that, we founded Camel Studio and I have opened the studio in Turin, and I started to work on one-off projects like Palladium, Viera, and also Giamaro projects. It's a high supercar V12.
Alessandro is part of the design team for Rally Rolla, and he's worked on some wild projects. I'm glad to have him on this. There are 5 crucial steps we need to take to bring this idea to life. Step 1, 3D scan. Step 2, design. Step 3, manufacture. Step 4, test fit. And step 5, make the final parts. Alessandro is gonna walk us through a few of his projects. We're gonna break down what makes them work and pull ideas for the Corolla. But before we go any further, why am I even doing this? Let's go back to when I was 10 years old. Before I started YouTube 10 years ago,
Today's upgrade will be a center diff, so let's go ahead and get this installed.
my dream job was always to be a car designer. I was obsessed with how cars were shaped and why certain lines existed. I wasn't just looking at cars, I was studying them, sketching them, breaking them down, trying to understand why they worked the way they did. That dream never went away, it just evolved. And this project is my way of fulfilling my childhood goal: to design my own car. With modern tools like 3D scanning and 3D printing, I finally have a way to design parts the way I always imagined. Test them, refine them, and actually bolt them onto a real car. The GR Corolla is a great platform to start with. It's a fun hot hatch with rally DNA in its blood, but I want to make it my own. When I look at the car, I don't see flaws, I see opportunities. Opportunities to lean harder into its purpose, to make the design feel more intentional, more functional, more rally focused. From the factory, the GR Corolla has to be a lot of things at once. It has to work on the street, pass regulations, and appeal to a wide audience. That means some compromises are inevitable. The best part about making your own car is that you get to do it exactly how you want, and no one can stop you. This build isn't about fixing what Toyota got wrong. It's about pushing the car further in the direction that originally inspired it. Every change I make is going to have a reason behind it. Think about what Porsche did with the GT3 RS. It's basically a race car just with all of the street car comforts that you can walk into a dealership and buy brand new. That's the feeling I'm aiming for with this build. I want this GR Corolla to feel like a rally car Toyota could have sold brand new. Not a prototype, but something you could buy if Toyota never had restraints. This car will be OEM plus. Every panel, every vent, every detail exists for a reason while retaining the GR Corolla's original design language. The goal isn't to make it extreme, it's to make it intentional. When I bought the GR Corolla, my plan was always the same. I wanted to do a WRC widebody, but I ran into problems almost immediately. First, nobody actually makes a WRC widebody for this car. There just isn't one you can buy. Second, I had limited resources. This wasn't a no-budget build, and when I started reaching out to people to see if they could help me develop something from scratch, most of the time, I didn't hear back at all. And when I did, I was told it would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. That just wasn't realistic for me. And for the longest time, I felt like this idea wasn't taken seriously. I waited, I kept watching, I hoped someone would eventually build the wide body I had always imagined. 2 years went by and nothing changed until I met the boys from Crazy Rocket Garage. And that's where the build truly begins. Let's meet them.
Oat milk.
Dacia Sandero, worst car, Top Gear.
We all get it too.
Yeah. This is really cool to me because I don't know anything about design. Like, this is all new to me. But my dream job has always been to be a car designer. It's all I've ever thought about. When I was in school, like elementary school, middle school, I would just sit there and draw cars all day long on paper instead of actually like listening to my teacher.
Yeah, this is the first phase.
Yeah, that's like the first phase, right? And then, you know, you get your RC cars, your real cars, and you're like always like thinking about, why is this line here? Why does this car look like that? So for me, this project is really cool because being able to work with you and CRG, it's showing me the professional side of what I've always wanted to do. I love making videos, but it's another thing to really have an art form that's more so than that, right? To make your own car. And that's why this project is gonna be so special. It's gonna be everything I've wanted.
We have like an atelier where we dress you as you want. And you can see on the wall, this is our creation in the past, a mix of cars, concepts, and we try every time to put your feeling on your work. It means that sometimes we create cars that the people don't like. For example, in real it's totally different. This is our art part of the job, to create something new, but at the same time very balanced. And on your project was amazing because we can try to do something that in Italy, in Europe, we can't do. Because the body is totally wider respect every other body we have done before. And it's a new challenge for us because we have to try balance and proportion in a very little car respect our supercar or limousine we have done in the past. And it's so exciting for me.
Because in Italy, are you allowed to widen a car?
We can do nothing on our car.
You can't even modify it at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so boring.
No.
Yeah, in the US, I mean, some places maybe not an exhaust, but a wide body, like whatever you want, you can do it.
We can touch the paint, we can touch wheels, we can touch nothing.
So which of these projects right here has been your favorite to work on?
It's hard because they represent part of my life and my career. Step by step, they represent a milestone of Camel Studio. Maybe the Palladium was the first milestone because it was the first one-off car that we have made in real. But also there are other cars like the last one. This one is the Epoch concept 8-meter limousine with 1 meter wheel dimension. And it's so crazy. But every time we start a new project, it's so exciting. And we have to understand something new, for example, on yacht design, or a challenge like the Superga, because it was an experiment of volume. Giamaro was the most important project that we have done in the last 3 years, because it was a V12 supercar. Inside the monocoque.
I love this part.
The inspiration is from jet. It's like the exhaust of the jet.
Yeah.
At the beginning, the engine is too big and fit very well. You can put the finger inside when the engine is inside.
That's crazy to mold or to just carbon fiber.
It's very hard to replace a monocoque from zero. It's a very hard process because you have to create everything from zero, and you have to testing, and you have to take care about torsions and something like this. If you use another chassis, is very easy. But in this way, Giacomo wants to recreate everything from zero. This one is the first prototype.
Personalità, e lì Alessandro secondo me.
Giacomo says that Alessandro made such an amazing job.
Particular things on this fender is that they are flat. If you see, this line is flat, respect the organic shapes, and looks different respect other competitors. Look at this. It's very hard to combine the opening cut line, because when you open the door, you have to create the right rotation parts here. And this is very hard to manage in this type of car.
This is my favorite part of the car. What's your favorite part of the car?
Yeah, also the back is my favorite, because you can see the wheels from this point.
Yeah, I love that. Alessandro, what do you think?
It's a very amazing car.
38%? That's crazy. So that was just 38% of what this car, like 38% throttle, correct?
If you go all.
Drift car. No. Oh, just straight up like, wow.
Car should be raw.
It's like if you take a good steak and you use paprika, mayonnaise, tomato,
Spices and-
you lose completely the flavor of the meat.
Where do you think you could even use the full power capability of this car? Like not even a racetrack.
Only the Salad Lake in America. But this power have only one thing in my mind. When you go to the bar with a friend, you have a machine with 1,000 horsepower, Serie B. You 1,000 1,200.
1,200 or so.
Little, right? Only for this reason. There is no other reason.
No technical reasons.
Only for I have this. You don't have.
So what we're about to see is a model of their next car. Yeah, this is gonna be cool because this is unheard of. Oh, they all are, but oh my god. This is a rally car. Yo, imagine rally driving this car. That'd be insane. Beautiful. Well done. You guys are killing it.
It's very strange.
No, I don't think it's strange at all. I think this is more my style. I like a car that is tall, it's bigger.
V12.
Well, yeah,
V12 engine.
Yeah.
Vertical uppercar. We try to understand the next phase of the market. But at the moment, the Corolla is the reality, and this is maybe the future. We have to understand if the market is ready for this type of car. We are very close to the production phase in this moment because it's not only a concept. Inside there's all the features that you see on the Corolla. We have the same engine, the same chassis, same monocoque.
Often a design language is to have black outlining with trim.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why designers do that, or why did you do that?
We use black part to create more height. This is the trick for designer because in this way you looks bigger, the bigger wheels, but at the same time it's sportive because the treatments that you can see here is very sportive and also the line are very sharp. But at the same time we use section very sinuous. And we merge these two treatments in one body.
I like that it's not a circular arch.
What do you think is ready for American market?
Yes, absolutely.
If you bring a rally version, I'll start saving up.
This is more close to a crossover car, but it's a supercar because inside you are sits as a supercar, but more up. And also here you can see a lot of treatment that we use on your Corolla. We have radius and rigid parts. If you see the car on the front, the combination between these lines create more muscular car, and the front is aggressive.
I like this line a lot. This right here, like that muscle right there, I think is what really changes the perception of it.
The secret is to not copy, but to create new. And to create something new is very difficult because you have to imagine something that is not real.
I mean, you're making your own car. It's a car that you've worked on and developed from the ground up. It didn't exist before, right? That's something that I have a lot of respect for, and I think it's cool because right now, like the Corolla, for example, we have the production car that exists, but the version that I want doesn't exist. So
and we can suggest also to the brand a version, maybe.
To Toyota?
Yeah, because if they say, oh, it's very cool, this work.
So Toyota, if you like our design, and what we cook up here, hit me up. Let's make something happen. I like this reflection here too. The way this flows, it's cool because you're going from opposite angles, right? You're going in and then out.
This is the design and the 3D modeling phase. You have to combine this to refine every treatment. Also this one. All the dimension and the treatments are balanced to create a right harmony on the shapes. It's not so rigid, it's not so organic.
Is there a formula to finding that balance?
There is no specific formula. You know that there are specific distance between the wheel and the wheel arch. Yeah, but it's standard starting point. But at the end, you have to push over the standard and create something different.
What advice do you have as someone who wants to take something that's only in my head, it's just an idea, to reality?
Di non mollare, di mettercela tutta, di essere tenaci e la tenacia premia in questo mestiere. Questo è il consiglio che ti do.
We have just landed in the Heritage Hub where I have a whole bunch of rally cars behind me and a whole bunch of other cool cars. I'm so excited. Let's check them out. This to me is like, I'm a kid in a candy store right now because I love rally cars and I have a good like 100 or so rally cars around me. One thing that sticks out to me is vents. Our Corolla is gonna have vents there too. I wanna throw this type of wrap on the Corolla when we finish it before we do like the final paint on it, so then we can drive around and fulfill that childhood dream of, if I'm gonna design my own car, I wanna treat it like a manufacturer would if they were making their own car. With designing a car, oftentimes manufacturers will make a model of the car before they make the full-size version. We're gonna do the exact same thing with my Corolla. I really want to make a RC car version. So I have a 5th scale gas powered RC car that we're gonna throw the Corolla body with our redesign on. So that way I not only have a model like this, but it's also a model that I can drive. It's going to be so special. A stylistic hue that I adore with the Lancia Delta Integrale is the squared off fenders. If you looked at this car from a top down view, you would almost see a rectangle with just a little bit of curvature to it. And I adore that. Group A and Group B rally to me was my favorite generation of rally. That late 80s, early 90s energy just felt right. So with my GR Corolla, I want to take that same energy and apply it to the car. But there's only one problem with that. My GR Corolla is brand new. So how am I going to take 90s stylistic cues and apply them to a brand new car? I don't want the design to look out of place on a brand new car, but I do want to still retain that energy. Instead of being a resto mod where I take a 90s car and I modernize it, I really want to take a brand new car and apply those 90s rally cues to it, but still have it look beautiful and make sense. How are we going to overcome this challenge?
The secret is on the radius. For example, in this car, you can see very rigid volume.
In car design, when we talk about a radius, we're essentially talking about how curved something is. So if we look at this car, we can tell it's from the 80s compared to this one, which is from the 90s, because this one has sharper edges compared to this one has slightly softer edges. So essentially with the Corolla, we're going to make sure that we're still getting that soft edge that we could get with a new car, but still retain that balance of sharpness to softness that you would see on an older car, but making sure that it makes sense on a new car. This is gonna be a challenge, but we're gonna make it work. Now that we've learned about car design, it's time to get to work. The boys and I packed our bags and flew back home. First up is to 3D scan the car. Before we can design anything for the GR Corolla, we need one thing first, and that's a perfect digital copy of the car. But before the scanner even comes out, there's a lot of prep work that we have to do that matters just as much as the scan itself. Before scanning, we place tracking dots all over the car. These dots help give the scanner reference points, they keep the scanner from losing its position, and they help stitch every scan together accurately. Since the scanner is constantly moving all around the car, these dots help the scanner understand where it is in space at all times. There's one problem though. The GR Corolla's paint is glossy, and glossy surfaces are terrible for 3D scanners. The light reflects too much, which makes it hard for the scanner to read the surface correctly. So to fix that, we have to get rid of the glossy surface by spraying it with a mix of baby powder and rubbing alcohol. This matte layer lets the scanner read the shape of the car cleanly without glare or distortion. And the best part is, it washes right off when we're done. Because if you try to do it on a gloss black surface, for example, it essentially just becomes a mirror and the scanner just can't pick that up. Now the scanning can actually begin. The scanner fires thousands of points of light across the car, recording how long it takes for each one to bounce back. Every single one of those points becomes a precise data point in 3D space. We don't just scan the car once, we actually scan it multiple times. In order to get that perfect fitment, we're gonna have to tear apart the entire car. I wanna see what's behind those fenders so we know exactly what we're working with. One scan of the car fully assembled, completely stock, and one scan with all of the body panels removed. The reason we do this is because the first exterior scan gives us information like the factory body lines, proportions, curves, and surfaces. But the scan with the body panels removed is where the real precision comes from. Think of the frame like a skeleton, and we're just pulling the skin off of it. So we're gonna be able to see what's underneath there and see every little detail that we need. And the coolest part about the scanner is that it actually picks up all of those details. We literally see my very car on the CAD model. We're getting ready to pull the rear bumper off, and a cool trick I wanna show you is you can actually pop your screws and clips into a piece of cardboard to keep track of them to make sure that you never lose them. Isn't that so smart? Sam just showed me that, and I think it's the most clever idea. This is the bottom of the side skirt, and you can tell how hard I've been driving the car because each of these little lines you see is just a rock that's shot up against the skirt, and it looks pretty rough because you can see where the PPF is, and on the other side where it's gloss red, but down here, yeah, it's not looking too good. But that's the whole point. You're supposed to drive your car. It's gonna be nice to take the fenders off because we'll actually be able to see how much room we have to work with behind them so we can maybe make more of a wheel arch. When you're developing a custom wide body, you need to find all the mounting points and actually see what's beneath the stock body panels in order to make your own, because this is not gonna be just a molded on, exposed bolts wide body that you see a lot of stance cars have. This is going to be a full replacement. I'm not going to reuse the stock body parts in any way. Bumpers, fenders, side skirts, rear wide body, all of that is getting a full replacement. Because it's already a factory wide body, so like all of our mounting points are gonna be here on the factory locations, and we can just work with that. And then for the front, since we're doing a full replacement fender, we're not gonna have any exposed bolts because I just absolutely hate that. That's one thing I've always hated about wide bodies. Why would you do a car that already looks so good from the factory and then put exposed bolts on it? I just never understood it. So we're gonna have continuity with our car. It's gonna look good. It's gonna look OEM plus, as if Toyota made a rally edition or rally version of the GR Corolla. It's like a strawberry Mad Max car. Strawberry Mad Max. I guess it really does look like that because you have like the little dots for the strawberry. This is actually gonna be similar to our fender arch design, so it's not gonna be a perfect circle. It's actually gonna have a little bit of angularity to it.
Flatten out a little bit up top, curl down nicely.
And then for the rear, we have a little bit of room to work with here as well. After a full scan, we don't just have photos and rough measurements. We have a true one-to-one digital copy of my GR Corolla, down to panel gaps, mounting locations, and subtle curves you'd never catch by eye. All of that raw data then gets stitched together into a single digital surface and imported into CAD software. From there, every part we design is built directly on top of the exact shape of this car. That's why this step is so important. Being off by even just a few millimeters can ruin the fitment. The scan removes guesswork entirely. It lets us move fast, design accurately, and make sure that when the parts finally get printed and molded, they don't just look right, they fit right. The scan is basically the blueprint for everything that comes next. Now that the scan is finished, this is where things get real for me. This is the part of the project that is about design and acting on something I've been carrying with me ever since I was a kid. For the first time, I'm not just modifying a car, I'm designing one. When the 3D scan gets loaded into the computer, it's exciting, but it's also very intimidating. This digital version of the GR Corolla is a blank canvas, but now every decision is on me. There's no parts catalog and there's no blueprint to follow. It's really easy to make a car look wide and aggressive. The challenge is to make the car look intentional. Something that looks like it belongs on the car rather than something that was forced onto it. That's the first real challenge I'm running into with the design. This is where working with the guys from Crazy Rocket Garage changes everything. These guys actually went to school for this. They understand automotive design at a deep level. How surfaces flow, how factory body lines are extended, and how to make changes without breaking the original language of the car. Being able to sit down with them and turn my ideas into real geometry has been huge. I'll bring an idea to the table, sometimes it's rough, sometimes it's just a feeling, and together we'll break it down. We'll ask why a line should exist, where it should start, and where it should end. If something doesn't work, we don't force it. We refine it until it does. I'm building a Rally2 inspired car while also paying homage to a Group B rally car. I wanted to have the same feeling as a 90s rally car. Boxy with a huge personality, but it has to work on a brand new platform. I want to extend the factory GR Corolla wide body. Since the GR Corolla already has a factory wide body, that means it already has holes pre-drilled and the body is pre-cut for us. All we have to do is reuse the same mounting points as the stock wide body. What does this equate to? No drilling, no cutting, and no exposed bolts. OEM plus, baby. Once that decision was made, things started to click and lines started to make sense. The surfaces felt smoother, the car started to look like one complete design instead of a mix of compromises. Even then, the challenges don't stop. Every design decision has to be checked against reality. Wheel fitment, suspension travel, steering angle, mounting points, all of it. Sometimes something looks perfect on screen and then we realize it won't work in the real world. That's frustrating, but it's also what keeps the design honest, pushing its new forged form to function to the best of its ability. Rally cars have huge wheel arches for a reason. They need controlled body height for high-speed driving, but also massive suspension travel to handle rough terrain. Finding that balance without cutting into the car is a real challenge. If I wanted to cut the car up and run massive wheel arches, that would make things a lot easier, but that is not the goal I'm going for. I want to keep this car as close to OEM Plus as possible. A car that you can go rally in, but you can also go pick up some groceries in. Nothing here is by accident, rather to help improve the design further. For me, this is the most emotional part of the build. This is where a childhood dream turns into something real. I'm finally designing my own car, working alongside people who truly understand the craft and building something that feels like a rally car Toyota could have made if there were no restraints.
This is it. After everything you just saw, this is the final version of Rally Rolla.
You're a woman, I'm a man. This is more than just a game. I can make you feel.
And I even got approval from someone who inspires me.
It looks rally. It's a bit like Lancia Delta Integrale, but modern. Looks great, and it looks like it's purposeful aerodynamics.
So what would you rate my car 1 through 10?
Well, I would rate that as a 10. It looks amazing.
Well, thank you so much, Christian.
Yeah, well done.
Really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Next step, we take this from a render to real life. Full build, full kit on the car. So if you thought this was crazy, just wait for what comes next.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.